A warrior strips naked except for a bearskin. His pupils are dilated, eyes black. He's been drinking henbane-laced beer for an hour, a poisonous plant causing hallucinations, rage, and immunity to pain. He bites his shield until teeth crack, blood runs down his chin mixing with foam. His skin turns bright red, shaking uncontrollably. In 10 minutes, he'll charge into battle, unable to recognize friend from foe, killing everything for 6 hours until he collapses. His name is Ragnar. He lives in Birka, year 875. This is Saturday. Welcome to a real Viking settlement. Birka sits on an island in Lake Mälaren, home to 700 people living ordinary lives in extraordinary ways. It's early morning, and the entire town is gathering at the bathhouse because it's Laugardagr, the day we now call Saturday. Yes, Vikings bathe every single week. While Christian monks across Europe consider washing twice a year excessive, these Norse people have built a communal steam house where they heat stones until they glow red. Pour water on those rocks and the room fills with vapor so thick you can't breathe. They sit in that inferno until their skin blisters, then sprint outside and dive into the freezing lake. The thermal shock, they believe, drives out demons and sickness. But here's what makes this truly insane. That soap they're scrubbing themselves with? Animal fat mixed with wood ash, creating lye so caustic it chemically burns skin on contact and bleaches hair blonde. They love it. Blonde is the ultimate beauty standard, so people with brown or black hair deliberately wash multiple times with this burning mixture. The pain, the chemical scarring, completely worth it. Archaeological evidence shows Vikings carried bone combs everywhere, often on chains around their necks like jewelry. Being caught without your comb brought genuine shame. Watch that warrior from the opening scene walk to the communal washing bowl outside his longhouse. His entire family is already gathered. They take turns splashing water on their faces and hands. But then comes the part that would make you gag. They blow their noses into it, spit into it, clear their throats, and hawk phlegm into that same bowl. Then pass it to the next person. His wife goes after him, then his children, then his elderly mother, all using the same mucus-filled water. An Arab merchant named Ahmad ibn Fadlan witnessed this exact ritual and wrote that Vikings were the most disgusting creatures he'd ever encountered. But he completely missed the context. Yes, they shared snot water, but they did this every single morning. Most Europeans at that time never washed their faces at all. Inside the longhouse, real life unfolds. The wife woke before dawn, rekindling the central hearth that never fully dies. Letting that fire go out in winter means death. She's heating yesterday's stew for dogmaul, breakfast eaten an hour after work begins. Her husband checked livestock at first light, 8 cows, 3 horses, 12 sheep, 6 goats, all living under the same roof in an attached room. The smell is overwhelming. Animal bodies, manure, smoke, and unwashed wool create a fog that never lifts. This is home. Their 10-year-old son splits firewood with an axe he's wielded since age 6. Viking children work or don't eat. There's no protected childhood. By 12, this boy will run the entire farm if his father dies. His 7-year-old sister sits at a vertical loom weaving wool, fingers already calloused like an adult's. This fabric becomes clothing, blankets, or trade goods. Every woman must master it or she's worthless as a wife. The mother stirs a pot containing fermented shark buried in gravel for 3 months. The ammonia smell would make you vomit. This delicacy, called Hákarl, was originally toxic. Filled with urea, that fermentation broke down. Gordon Ramsay tried it and immediately threw up. Anthony Bourdain called it the worst thing he'd ever tasted. Vikings eat it for breakfast. In another pot, she's preparing lutefisk. She took dried cod, soaked it in water 5 days, then in lye 2 days. The same caustic chemical they use for soap. The lye burns skin on contact. The fish swells to twice its size, becomes basically poisonous with pH of 12. Then she soaked it in fresh water 6 more days until safe to eat. The result is translucent, gelatinous fish that jiggles and tastes like ammonia. This is a treat. The marketplace in Birka is packed by mid-morning. Merchants from Byzantine and Baghdad trade silver for amber, furs, and slaves. Chinese silk hangs next to Rhineland glass beads. In the center, a craftsman files grooves into a customer's front teeth. The man sits still, no anesthesia, as the bone file scrapes deep into enamel. Blood fills his mouth. 1 in 20 Viking men had filed teeth, deep parallel lines carved across upper incisors while fully conscious. The pain must have been excruciating. It marked elite warriors or was pure psychological warfare, making them look demonic in battle. Medieval chroniclers wrote that Vikings with filed teeth looked like creatures from hell. Red pigment in those grooves enhanced the nightmare. If you want more videos exploring how ancient peoples really lived, subscribe because we're just scratching the surface of Viking Age weirdness. Back at the Longhouse, the family gathers for midday meal. Barley stew with root vegetables and dried fish, sometimes mutton, but meat is expensive. They're drinking mead and beer flavored with bog myrtle and henbane, the same poisonous plant that makes berserkers insane. It's mildly hallucinogenic, causes aggression, and numbs pain. Vikings consumed it recreationally at nearly every meal. This might explain berserkers. These legendary warriors drank henbane-laced alcohol, wore animal skins, and performed rituals involving drinking animal blood before battle. They believed they were becoming the animal. The henbane caused rage, hallucinations, inability to recognize faces, and complete numbness to wounds. They fought for hours, killing allies and enemies indiscriminately, then collapsed into coma-like sleep for days. The side effects match perfectly: dilated pupils, red skin, shaking, drooling, muscle spasms, delirium, exactly what sagas describe. After the meal, the father heads to his forge, hammering iron into tools and weapons. The clanging echoes across the settlement. Meanwhile, the mother processes more food, making blood pudding from pig's blood, fat, and grains stuffed into intestines. She's also preserving herring in layers of salt. Winter is always coming. A family that doesn't preserve enough food will starve before spring. As evening approaches, the settlement transforms. Without electric lights, torches and oil lamps create pools of brightness separated by darkness. Stars are so brilliant they cast shadows. The family gathers around the hearth for night meal and storytelling. The grandfather, who can no longer do heavy labor, recites the saga of a raid 20 years ago. His voice rises and falls with practiced drama. Children sit transfixed. This is how history is preserved, through oral tradition passed across generations. Every family has its stories. Every clan has its heroes. The sagas are entertainment, but also education and proper behavior, and proof of worthy ancestors. Sleeping arrangements are communal and crowded. The family sleeps on built-in wooden benches along both walls, covered with animal furs and wool blankets. Parents on one side by side, children and grandparents on the other. Privacy doesn't exist. Everyone hears everything. Snoring, coughing, crying. the intimate sounds of married couples. Nothing is private. This is reality when 10 people share one room. The fire burns low, but never goes out. Someone will wake in the night to add wood. The animals shift and grunt in the next room. Their body heat helps warm the space. Morning comes early. Work never ends. Death hovers constantly. When someone dies, funeral preparations are elaborate and brutal. Wealthy individuals are buried in ships with all possessions. The body gets new clothes, then grave goods, weapons for warriors, tools for craftsmen, jewelry for everyone. Sometimes slaves are sacrificed to accompany masters into the afterlife. Ahmed ibn Fadlan described witnessing a chieftain's funeral where a slave girl was forced to drink, then raped by every village man as farewell tribute. Finally, they strangled and stabbed her, placed her body in the boat with her master, and set everything on fire. Vikings believed you carried possessions into the next life. A warrior needed weapons for Valhalla. A woman needed her spindle and loom. One remarkable discovery in Birka was grave BJ581. It contained a high-status warrior with 2 horses, sword, axe, spear, battle knife, 2 shields, and 25 arrows. For over a century, everyone assumed this was male. Then, 2017 DNA analysis proved the skeleton was female, a woman warrior buried with full military honors. Other female graves contain weapons too. The sagas mention shield-maidens who fought in battle. Archaeologists dismissed these as myths. Now bones prove otherwise. Some Viking women were warriors. Some were wealthy merchants trading across continents. Some ran entire settlements. The rigid gender roles we imagined didn't exist the same way. Standing in Birka today, looking at excavated house foundations and thousands of artifacts in museums, you see a different Viking age. Yes, raids happened. Yes, they were fierce warriors. But most Vikings, most of the time, were just people living their lives in ways both familiar and completely alien to us. They were parents worried about children surviving to adulthood, craftspeople perfecting their skills, merchants calculating profits, families gathering around fires to share stories that kept their culture alive. They also happened to file their teeth into weapons of psychological warfare, eat fermented shark that smelled like death, wash with caustic chemicals that burned their skin, share communal snot bowls every morning, drink hallucinogenic beer at meals, and occasionally sacrifice humans at funerals. They were strange by our standards and utterly normal by their own. That tension between the familiar and the bizarre is what makes studying them endlessly fascinating. These were real people who lived real lives in real places, and the more we learn about them through archaeology, the more complex and human they become.